Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday night hangout with the FOMO squad.
Off to a great start.
A great start, as always. I'm Nate from Hall Comics. I'm joined by my regular crew, Hagen from Lettuce Comics, Dope from Dope Comics, and Eric from SideQuest Comics. Just a quick programming note. We were going to be joined by Justin Birch. He is a letterer, and hopefully he's still going to be able to be on in the future, but there's a storm went through his area and his power's out, which I got storms going through my area too. So if you see a flicker, it's a coming. How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Excellent.
All right. I saw Dope had his White Claw. I brought mine. We're hoping for that sponsorship any moment. I've never had a White Claw in my life.
Raspberry, and you got what?
I got lime.
Lime? So. Okay. I had to put mine in the koozie to keep it nice and crisp and cool.
Well, if the rest of you are having adult beverages, hold on a minute. I'll be back in just a moment.
I found the last blackberry in the variety pack.
Oh.
So
you got variety pack. What is that, variety pack 2?
I think so. Of course, it's been in the fridge downstairs for probably more than a year. So,
hey, that ain't gonna help us get sponsorship. We're supposed to do it once a week.
No, I gotta go
once a week. That's right.
Yeah, this is. I don't even remember how that started, but it was a joke Dope made, his jokes usually go just too far.
Explain to my wife this. She saw the thumbnail and she's like, "Why do you guys got White Claw in there?" I said, "It's because it's an inside joke. It makes us all laugh at it."
No law with the White Claws. When we drink
law
these,
with the White Claw.
It's on.
One of us is going to jail in North Carolina.
Yeah, I came home with this last weekend. I came to the car from the liquor store. My wife's like, "I thought this was a joke." It is, but I'm still gonna drink it.
I'm serious.
Oh man,
You were braver than us because you went all one flavor.
I did.
So he's stuck for how many more?
It's okay though. Like, I like lime. I like citrus. Some of those flavors in the variety packs. Variety is not the spice of life.
I'm not a fan of there's like the one we have has watermelon, tangerine. I forgot what, it's stuff that my wife likes because it's all those melon flavors. Yeah. I like the berry flavors.
I got black cherry, raspberry, kiwi, and something else.
Oh man, that sounds like a good pack.
I have Kentucky flavored.
That actually sounds amazing to me. So I thought about bringing a backup scotch, but I brought 2 White Claws.
There you go.
Oh, two White Claws, the official beverage of public intoxication.
We'll all get drunk off a 12-pack.
Do we want to talk about comic books, or are we going to talk about
alcohol? Let's say hi to people in the chat real quick. Robert's here. Hey, Robert. Rich. Robbie, thanks for being here, buddy. Stevie D. There's going to be a bunch of nerds on this show too. Dope and Eric both snuck in. K Munin is here. Hey, K Munin. Michael, just Michael. Christopher Parker. Uncanny Derek.
You almost sounded like Kit there.
1,000 today.
What was that?
He reached 1,000 subs today.
Awesome! Congratulations, Derek. Well earned. He's done some really good, like, long form documentary type videos. They're good stuff.
He puts a hell of a lot of work into the stuff that he makes.
So much.
It's really, really good.
Brian and Mr. Akins, good to see you guys. I think I caught up. There you go. Yeah, Derek, congrats, buddy. You deserve that.
I hope you're feeling better too. He was sick yesterday, so he couldn't make the create a character last night on the Council of X. So
okay,
he had a pitch hitter basically, and
it's in my queue. How did it go? No spoilers, but how did it go? I couldn't watch live.
Very creative people, man.
Awesome.
Some of the backstory that these guys came up with, I was like, damn, I feel like I freaking loafed.
Did any of you guys steal a concept from Foom, or is that just the official Marvel team?
No, I think they're all original. Yeah, I mean, it's something. I don't know. I mean, me and Ryan's character was similar a little bit, but no, they're all very original characters. We're just worried about Marvel stealing them now.
Well, that was just a dig at the Foom 2 Wolverine.
I mean, I think Ryan did state that they were all properties of blah blah blah. You know, he gave that little spiel. So
yeah, cut to that clip being played in court later. With Marvel's lawyers on one side.
Yeah.
And Ryan in gym shorts on the other.
But a tie. Your Honor. Dave from the other side of the world. Very cool. Well, I mean, I had planned for, talking to Justin about lettering and things. And like I said, hopefully we get to do that in the future. I did I grabbed some books, some emergency books. I think we all did. So I'm ready to show some nonsense tonight and, take a look at the books coming out tomorrow and all the jazz we normally do.
Well, yeah. And this weekend's free comic book day. So we'll get to look at that stuff.
Yep. And I want to talk about that too. Like my store, if they do what they did last year, it's you go in and the limit might be different, but it was 3 books. You were allowed to pick.
I think that's what mine did too.
So
I think mine did 1 per title. So like if you wanted to get a bunch, like you could, but it was just 1 like per title. Because if you get like 3 of one, then they're gonna think that like you're holding on to 2 of them. But
yeah, that's the thing is like there's I don't know. We'll take a look at the list. There were definitely more than I thought I would be interested in. There's some fringy type ones, and that's what I'm kind of drawn to. But yeah, anybody want to show something to get us started?
I'll go.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Here we go. He's supposed to be the closer.
Oh, that's right. It's okay.
Too late.
I just grabbed some stuff today. Nothing real weird, but we always talk every day, it seems like, about something.
Yeah, we do.
Somehow we were talking Bigfoot a couple days ago. So
that's my favorite
topic. I grabbed my Steve Niles Bigfoot.
Now, that's cool. What is this?
This was wrote by Rob Zombie and Steve Niles.
Oh my God.
And it's very brutal. There's titties in here. There's ripped up bodies in here. This is Bigfoot, and it was put out by IDW.
Okay.
I had 2 complete sets of this, and I sent one to Bizarre Brain. These are really, really cool books. It's a good story. It's nothing really it's pretty basic story, but it's good. You got this one. You got number 2.
Oh my God, I love these covers.
Yeah.
Damn it, dope. I had to reach back and get the notebook already. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, Richard Corbin, he's great at doing horror art. He's been doing it forever. He did a lot of like the Twisted Tales and stuff. And it's a 4-part series. So that is Bigfoot by IDW.
Well, my friend here, Himbo, I think he's got a good question. Is it Bigfoot titties or human or dare I ask both?
Human titties. there's some love making going on in the cabin when a Bigfoot busts through the back wall, and it's some brutal stuff. So. Make sure you read some Bigfoot.
Into a real party.
Yeah, see, I'm disappointed that it's not Bigfoot titties.
I am too, but I'll take it.
Also, my favorite artist is Vincent Locke, and he does all kinds of Dead World. Vincent Locke also, I don't know if y'all can see it. I've got a lot of Vincent Locke artwork, original artwork.
Oh,
that's Vincent Locke up there and there and up there's Vincent Locke. But I love Vincent Locke. I stalk him on IG all the time. But he does all kinds of brutal.
Those look like they glow in a black light. They're so
they're hard to get 9/8 because they're always dark. But
oh wow.
He also did all the covers for Cannibal Corpse, if y'all have ever listened to any Cannibal Corpse music.
Yeah, I remember that. I had a roommate that loved that stuff in college.
Then I've got 2 or 3 more books. We got Fright, if y'all have ever read any Fright.
No, I don't know that one either. Who's that one by?
This right here is by Eternity Comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you get Fright number 4, a lot of people tell you it's the first Freddy Krueger in comics, but it's not. He's just on the cover. The inside is just movie still, so it's not really a comic book. But this is Fright series. It's really good. And here is an old Dale comic from '62. It's a Dracula cover.
Oh, cool.
So
Classic Dracula too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And here's a really hard Frankenstein to find, but it's really groovy. It looks like some kind of indie punk rock cover.
Yeah, I was like, let's go in the backyard and take a picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me put on a suit and just put on a Frankenstein mask. So, and then my
Very
last
cool.
book is A Buried Treasure, Frankenstein.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
So I just grabbed some stuff real quick just in case our dude didn't show up tonight. So there you go.
Those are great.
Fun.
Eric.
All right. I was getting distracted by the chat there a little bit. Okay. Well, I went to
Hoping
my
it was
honey
fire.
hole yesterday and I did find some stuff. I went there looking. I'm already starting to prep for Heroes Con, looking for books, to get signed and stuff. And let me just grab the whole stacks. Let's just show some stuff really, really quick. So I think I sent you a picture, Nate. 3 more.
Uh-huh.
I'm down to 3 left.
Oh my God.
These ones were a little pricier than the dollar ones. These were
Those
like
are
$5
yeah,
ones. So.
I was gonna say that's early issues.
But they're in really good shape. This one's in Mylar, so it's the beer goggles for comics.
That's right.
Saw this, I picked it up. I don't know if I have 2 copies, but this may be one that I'm going to get John Romita Jr. to sign. If I have too many, it's going in somebody's box. The price was too good to pass up. I mean, it was $5.
God, yeah. Even I would buy more of those for $5.
I'm like, and it's okay shape. I opened it up. It's not there's an error one out there, but it's
like
not that much the basic one.
black
but still.
and white pages.
That's just one of those books where, like, if you find it for $5-10, even like, it's even if you just give it to somebody, like, it's well known enough that like it'll just make you happy. Like, it's fun.
Okay, dope. You'll like this one. These ones I'm going to actually show because I love these covers. So I found a stash of these at my store I usually go to. They must have just got a collection in. I got number 17, and I love this because the kid's like, "Hey, mommy, that's the nice man. He said he wanted to meet you." Yeah, that looks like a nice man.
Those are harder to find than other books from that same time period. That and the Ghost Rider Run are both hard to find. That's my favorite cover.
This one it's a key. So it's I think they reveal Blade is a half vampire or something in this one. And they had 2 copies, and I opened them up to look. I went with this one mainly because the other one had some cutouts in it, but I found it funny that whoever owned this, they were practicing their numbers. So at the bottom of every page next to the page number is some kid's scribble in pencil of whatever page number. I'm like, I got to get that.
What number is that book?
Yeah, I love that.
What is it? What is it? 19?
19, yeah. I got number 27, which is another cool cover.
Is that Mina Harker's first appearance? Is what Dave's asking. No, the previous one.
Oh, the previous one? It might be. I think there's a couple things in there. I think was it 20? I think 20 Dracula bites Blade.
You need to find this too, Eric. If you want
the book
and
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And the only difference between that and the book, the bottom of y'all's book says Snowbound in Hell, and the record says Terror in the Snow.
Yeah, it does.
That makes sense. Then I got another number. I had this number 70, but it was so crispy and crunchy, it was falling apart. So I needed to replace it. So that little run, though, dope, gets me down to 3 left.
We're going to find them.
That's your magic number.
Which numbers you need now?
20, 11, 12, and I think there's another one in the 20s I need.
Look at this little
11, 12, 20. I think that's what I need.
Well, that little version,
Oh,
foreign version.
Is that Spanish? I think that's
Italian.
I have no idea.
I think it's Italian.
Vampire. Yeah,
Eddie
yeah,
Daisy.
maybe. That's cool.
That's
we'll
really
find
cool.
yours for sure at the con.
All right, some more quick digging. So I am a sucker for Supergirl, and I found this is like e-cover. I don't know what, it's a different printing, like 3rd, 4th or something like that for number 1. And it's kind of a paying homage to her first appearance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was
awesome.
cool. I did not have this because I had like a B cover, a sketch cover of this number 1, where her and Power Girl are duking it out. And then I saw these. I had to actually put some back because there's a bunch of this by this artist there, and for the price, it was hard to resist them. But I did get this beauty, number 15, where she's
cool
doing the change, and then a throwback to the 90s. So yeah, all art germ. They were $5. I mean, I can't pass them up. All right, so now I've got to show this so I don't forget. This one's for you, Nate. I was doing some digging, looking for team-up books, and I came across, I showed you guys earlier. I didn't want to spoil it. DC Comics presents Superman and Airwave versus the Parasite.
I think I have that one. But yeah, that's a great one.
These were all like one-shots. They're a lot of fun to read. Very similar to Brave and the Bold. Just you don't have to commit much. Just have a fun read.
It's going to be Superman having an adventure with somebody.
Yeah.
And they're all one and dones. It's great.
All right. So now let's get to some weird stuff. You want some weird stuff?
Let's have it.
Let's do it.
Immune. That's what it was. So Sam Slade, Robo Hunter.
Hell
yes. I've come across this one a few times.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this was a good shape. I'm going to pick it up before, I forget about it. Because I've seen a lot of these stuff before, and it's number 1. So
what a great pickup, man.
What a great place to start. This one's John Sable Freelance. Mike Grell.
Mike Grell.
Yep. I found a lot of Mike Grell. That's the theme tonight. So, but number 1 of that.
Cool.
And I decided recently I'm going to chase after this series because I love the theme and the artwork. It reminds me, it's very similar to Warlord, but Star Slayer.
Yep.
Because I always see them in the dollar bins. I'm like, I might as well be picking these up because I love the art. I mean, it's space pirates. You can't go wrong with space pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these were all dollar books too.
The only Star Slayer that like number 1 because it's a number 1, and then number 2 is the first Rocketeer.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's a really cheap book to find.
And the first Rocketeer is not expensive. I think I bought first Rocketeer from Cheddar Comics for literally $5 or $7.
I was gonna say it's like a $10 book at most.
I think
so.
My first one I bought a mint one that was a little more pricier, but then I found a second one that nobody was bidding on and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I don't want to put in. I think I ended up getting for a couple bucks. And that was it. Nice. I was like, wow. Let's see, what's this one? This one. So found some of my Aircell Elf Lord. I don't have a whole lot of these, but I forgot that it's color too. Most of
Elf Lord sounds like a doom metal band.
Yeah.
Elf Lord.
I mean, most of their stuff is black and white, so it's odd to see a color one, but it's kind of got that 80s fantasy look to it, which I like. There's another one, number 2. And then this one, I couldn't resist it. I have 1, 2, and 3. This is number 5. It's a 12-issue series, but it's Alex Ross cover.
Alex Ross covers.
That's crazy.
He
loved Battle for the Planets.
Yeah,
he was all about paint.
I remember watching this in the late 70s and thought it was so cool. I think when we were watching it back then, it was either this or it was called G-Force. They kept changing the names a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that's what it was when I watched it, was G-Force.
Christmas cover. It's a little early, but
Troll Lords.
Troll Lords, yeah.
Wow.
I had to get this. It's a Christmas one.
That's great.
So this will pop up again in December. I'll show these real quick because I have number 1. I showed it off a couple months ago, but I found 2, 3, and 4. So I have the rest of the series now. And I like
Very
the series because
cool.
it's that early 80s, anime. The Robotech days and all that stuff. And Cowboy Bebop, that kind of stuff.
I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning as a kid because that's when Robotech was on, and I just thought it was the best.
I don't know what this is, but I love the art. This is Mike Mignola.
I don't know if I got that one, but I picked up some of that Michael Moorcock stuff at
he
the
did
Great
a couple
Escape when Dope took us there.
Yeah, a couple of different stuff. But this one I grabbed just because of, it's his art. I like Sword and Sorcery, and all that, but yeah.
That's awesome.
So I looked it up. This is like a 12-issue series. So worth a read. And then our favorites. What a dick.
He's breaking. He's like, sorry, Lois, but you need to die in space.
Yep. Heavy at that one. I found some cheap Jimmy Olsen's. It got some writing on it, but I don't care. 10 cents. I just like he's ripping Clark's, clothes off, and he's like, yeah.
Looks like he had Plastic Man in that one too.
Soup skipped leg day as well.
Yeah, he's pantsing him.
Number 152. It's got some scribbles on it, but whatever. It's in good shape other than that. And then, okay, Nate, I think I finished the quest for Radio Shack. Okay. I looked up. I have all the other ones. I found this one.
That's the third one.
That's the third one? Okay, so I did finish getting them.
But Matt from Matt Likes Comics let me know that there is like a TRS 80 Whiz Kids series. So there's the 3 promos, but then they had like an actual...
They actually had a series?
Yeah, I don't know how many I know. How do you think I felt?
Well, we do that to Matt every week, so I feel like
I might be good with just the promos. You know what I'm saying?
You've learned enough about early Radio Shack.
That's right.
Beauty.
Yeah. Just cool cover, Superman, him fighting Grundy, and then Titano. I couldn't believe I found this mint copy in the dollar bin. It's mint. I mean, I opened it up. It doesn't even look like it's ever been opened. So, cool cover.
Who?
That's Bolin, right?
I was gonna say, is that Brian Bolin?
Brian Bolin, and I think Sam Keith did some artwork inside.
Oh, that was square bound.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm surprised it was such good shape. Like you open it, it still smells new. So somebody must have put it in a bag and just got lost to time. Real quick, some more Alex Ross. Just kind of slowly filling out that run. And then I think that's it. Well, I'll show you the 2 books that I found for John Romita. So I have these, but I wanted nicer copies. So I got that one. And I got that one. They're both Newsies, too. So
very cool.
So I think those are 2 that are going to get signed at Heroes by John Romita.
Somebody asked earlier, I think it might have been Dave, did you sign up for the VIP for JRJR?
Yep. I'm going on Sunday, so I think there might still be tickets left for that. I hemmed and hawed about Saturday, and when I went to go get them, they were sold out, and I was like, son of a... But then I saw Sunday still there, and we're staying until Monday, so I might as well.
So what's the VIP?
So it's basically they restricted it to 30 people. It's like a 2-hour type meet and greet with John Romita Jr. And you're part of the package. You get 10 books you can bring. He'll sign them, or 10 items, not just books, but items. And then you get a personalized sketch from him. You get a print from him. You get entered in a drawing for a full Spider-Man drawing by him. And then I think it's just basic the meet and greet, and you mingle and all that type of stuff. So, I got kind of talked into it because it's one of my. He was one of my gateway artists when I first collected comics in the 80s. And it was, for me, it was the X-Men. I got in the X-Men when he was on the title. And so he always sticks with me for that.
Mm-hmm.
What Dave wants to know what sketch you went for.
Wolverine, of course. So
very cool. Hagen, do you have anything you'd like to show? Those are great books, Eric.
Thank you.
I have one thing to show if we're doing multiple rounds. I have one thing to show for the first round.
Okay.
But
I don't know. I don't know if we're doing multiple rounds.
I don't know either. We don't have to. The second one, I'll talk about that in a second. So there's somebody in the chat right now, Dave from Still Only 35 Cents, our very good friend from the other side of the world. There he is. If you guys are not subscribed to this gentleman, you should go ahead and do that. Although most of you probably are, because he recently hit 2,000 subscribers, and this insane person decided that for his 2,000 subscriber giveaway, he was going to give away some 2000 AD books, and not small ones either. And I was the one who was lucky enough to win that giveaway. Now, there were multiple books from this. I ended up getting a stack about like this tall. The crown jewel of the stack, though, is this.
Unreal.
For those of you that don't know, this is 2000 AD Prague #2, the very first appearance of Judge Dredd. To be given this book is absolutely, and I cannot emphasize this enough, batshit insane. Probably like the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, because all I did was enjoy the videos that he puts out, and then he sends me something like this. And I was introduced to Judge Dredd from the Carl Urban movie.
That's a great movie.
And yeah, like there were people around that same time like bashing it because it was vapid and without substance apparently. But I was 13-ish, 14. And no, that was a whole hell of a lot of fun. And I've just really liked like that idea. Mm-hmm. And he's just a really fun character. And to be able to have his first appearance from a book that like I don't see on like shelves or on back walls here stateside. Like it's very, very, very scantily available to see. But no, there are a ton of people out there that are incredibly, incredibly kind and generous. Dave is one of those people. And so I urge you, if you haven't, go ahead and go check him out, subscribe, because like that dude puts in so much work. He's so polished and has like such a good research ethic. He's just really, really good at what he does. And he gave me some really cool stuff. And not just that, too, like other really, really cool stuff. Lyle, did I receive my surprise? Not yet. It should be here. I checked the tracking, and it should be here tomorrow. And what Lyle is talking about is he has sent me a couple different Captain America books. And I am, with his package coming in, 7 books away from finishing the Volume 1 run. So that's what I was going to do with my second round if we ended up doing it. Show off some of the more
something you're going to look at
stuff.
Something you're going to look for at Heroes Con?
I want to be done with that by Heroes Con because I want to be looking for like the Muppet Babies 21st or 25th anniversary border.
I need that one.
I need that too.
Yeah, I mean we all friggin' need that. But like I want to look for weird stuff. And I want to look for weird stuff and like keys that I want. But if I walk away from Heroes Con without buying a single book, I will be fine, because I know that we are all going to go eat food and drink together, and that's really all I want out of that weekend. So yeah. And also I've missed every single like pre-Heroes like prep talk video that you guys have done. So that's my little what I want out of Heroes spiel.
Very cool. I gotta follow the first appearance of Judge Dredd. So yeah,
what's the dumbest thing you've got?
Yeah.
That's a very hard question to answer. I think I'm going to start with Squarriors.
Mm-hmm.
This is squirrels that are warriors.
I love the artwork in that.
The artwork in this is absolutely badass.
Yes.
This is so much better than a book about squirrel warriors should be. Like this is good fantasy art.
How many issues that go?
I don't know. I found this one. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, I'm going to get this and show it to the guys because it's stupid. It's cool. So now I want more. It is stupid, but it's cool. I want more. This is issue 1. That's,
it might be it. Who knows?
No, I looked it up. There's at least a couple of more. But yeah, the artwork in it is really good. It's like I said, it's weird fantasy characters, but they're all animals. And I mean, it just feels, I mean, look, you got castles and tents and all kinds of stuff. Another one that we talked about and that I grabbed and I liked, and I think Dope liked, is Moonshine Bigfoot.
I haven't got to read it yet. It's in my stack.
Okay. I'm hoping that your copy is in my poll, Eric, because I called him the next day. Tomorrow's
going to be brutal. No Independence last week, no DC last week for me. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so hopefully you're going to have a bunch to grab. Doug, it did kind of remind me of Redwall. Like it took itself seriously, which is kind of funny. This book does not take itself seriously. This book is a love letter to 80s type movies. I mean, it starts off, I'm not going to ruin anything. I'm just going to start with the first page. It starts with a Bigfoot being found by a redneck family of moonshiners, and it's like Superman's origin. So instead of Superman rocketing to Earth, it's a baby Bigfoot that gets found. And instead of being raised by good-hearted farm people, he's raised by moonshiners. And when he grows up, him and his girlfriend run moonshine, and he drives a souped-up Mustang all through the wilderness, being chased by, basically, it's Smokey and the Bandit. But
well, them boys have sure got themselves into a pickle this week.
Dude, it has that. Like you can't help but read the narrator's voice as Waylon Jennings from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Hell yeah.
I loved this. Freaking highly, highly recommend.
I try to look up squirrelers on my comic shop, but I can't spell. So
JX, yes. Nate is now furry adjacent. You heard it here first.
Let's see. I've got White Tiger on the cabinet still. So
you were the one that introduced me to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees as well, which I think you and I are going to talk about when we talk to Chonko.
Sweet, because that's one of my favorites. I got my first issue of Dinosaurs for Hire, but this one's not from Malibu. This one's from Eternity. So I don't know if this is volume 1 or what, but I've only seen it advertised as a Malibu book. So Eric might know more than I do about where this came from.
I think that's the first series.
This one, I don't even know who the publisher is. I literally grabbed this because of the title. Haven't read it. Found it in a dollar bin with my friend Eric. We went digging. This was a couple of weeks ago. This one's called Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, Caligula's Safe.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Nate?
Yeah?
There is 2 Warrior series.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How many issues?
See, the first one is 4 issues. That's, I think, the one Nate had. And then the other one, I think, is a one-shot.
They both the same publisher?
Yeah. Devils, what is it?
Devils Do.
Devils Do, okay.
I found a different issue of Monkey Meat. So this is a different issue 1.
Yes, there's earlier series I just found out.
Yeah, I didn't like this.
I didn't like Meat?
I didn't like this.
Yeah, the art on the cover even looks weird.
It's the art on the inside is not great. Like it's not my cup of tea.
I like the new issue that came out better.
Okay.
It's because it's on like the old school paper and it just it's more stylized. I don't know. I like those fake ads though in them.
It says it's an anthology, but I didn't understand what the story was at all. So I was not into Monkey Meat, and I really wanted to be. Hagen, last week I showed the guys some books I picked up for them. So I got 3 that I picked up for you that I'll be bringing down to Heroes. The first is Jeff Lemire, Royal City #1.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's like so Jeff Lemire, right? And I was like, it's a buck, and I know Hagen would dig this. I think it's a cool, like, it's an ongoing series, I think, but this is the #1, and I thought the cover was cool, and you and I both really like his art when his art is good, and I think this is a good example of his art being good. The next one I got for you is from Eclipse Comics. It's an indie with a Bill Sienkiewicz cover called Real War Stories.
That's neat.
That's cool.
I know you have an affinity for like actual, army and things with your dad having been in the armed forces. So this has stories by Alan Moore, art by Brian Boland. As far as I can tell, I did read the first one. It's an anthology type thing, but I think it's like real stories that people told and were then adapted by these comic book artists.
The cover
really
looks
cool.
like it's a take on like those, for lack of a better word, like therapy drawings that they have like kids do.
And I don't know if you can tell with our StreamYard, but in the background, you've got some really good Sienkiewicz painted faces.
Oh, I see them now.
And then a skull right here. Like it's very layered. This is really cool. And it is full color. And like I said, I think it's all real, stories that are being told by.
If you've never checked out his fine art stuff, I urge, go online and find like gallery pictures of some of his fine art. Holy
Bill
cow.
Sienkiewicz?
Yes.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
I will write that down.
So Bellazzard says that Squirrelers had a spring 4 issues, then had a summer 5 issues.
5 issues, yeah.
And then there's the next thing
you said. Right, and you have some.
Of course you do.
Hey, look at that. I got the sketch cover.
Oh, yeah. Take that to JR. Have him sketch his favorite warrior.
Yeah.
Look at that other thing you posted. He said there's 11 variant covers.
Yeah, here's one.
Wow.
This was
they really twisted it.
Yeah, and look at here. Let me show you the cover. This one is, you talk about badass. Look at those mofos. Don't mess with them.
I love it.
So they fighting each other, or are they going against some other kind of armor?
There's other animals, like there's foxes, there's ravens, all kind of forest animals, basically.
Kind of like Bug Wars of the Forest.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I just had an idea for a dream sequence for my D&D campaign, so thanks for that. The Warriors.
Now, Hagen, this is the last book I picked up for you. I know you love comics, and I know you love race cars. So I got you a book called Race Warrior, which is really unfortunately titled.
No, see, but that's the thing, is that combines like my 3 favorite things, which are motorsport, comic books, and innocent racism. That's so great.
Did you notice the guy in the background with the shades on?
He looks like a race warrior. He sure does.
So this is America's Racing comic book. There are apparently, this is collector's edition, volume 1, number 4, but it says collect all 38 issues.
Oh my God.
I have a hard time believing that at issue 4, this continued for 34 more months.
That's also like the story of like finding a coin that has 4 BC written on it. Like, how at issue 4 did they know that there were going to be 34 more?
But when I pulled this out of $1 and showed it to my friend Eric, we're just like, you've got to be kidding me. So
it looks like they're tapping into the NASCAR thing there. So I could see why there's different covers. You have the Jeff Gordon on one cover and Dale Jr. on another one, Tony Stewart on another.
That looks like it came out around like what, 2002? Like 1999 to 2002.
NASCAR was huge right then.
March 2000.
March of 2000. Yeah, so NASCAR was like bigger than the Pope at that time.
Yeah.
Like March of 2000, that was before Dale died. Like, NASCAR was big.
Race Warrior was that was the title of the pick.
Fantastic.
The last book I'll show comes from Lazy Bone Studios. Never heard of them. Black and white book. A really good read, and it's called The Tale of the Well-Hung Man.
Oh my God.
There we go.
That's what they call high fantasy.
This reminded me story-wise of like an EC morality tale. It's actually I read this and it's really actually pretty good. The art is not great, but like as far as the story structure goes, this was good. And
what do the
title
signs say?
Murder is a sin, punish him, hang him high. He's standing there. That guy's got a lot of confidence, you know.
He's got some swagger.
Yeah, but that's the guy who in the story is going to be hung by the neck until he's dead. But again, like just Eric asked me, because he's the one that found this. He goes, do you need the tale of a well-hung man? And I didn't hesitate. I was like, yeah, I do.
I feel like I have to point out he's the man that is going to be hanged later. If he's hung now.
Right.
But he will be hanged later.
I'm not good at grammar without an answer key. But you're correct. He's going to be hanged. And that's kind of the whole thing is like the way that this guy, he's almost being treated like a celebrity in the story. And because his hanging is going to be this big popular event, the town is trying to figure out a way to kind of keep it going because they're a boom town now because of his celebrity. And it was good. I mean, if somebody comes across that, read it because I was like, oh, that was kind of cool.
I wrote it down on my list. So
yeah, I've got Bigfoot on mine and more Squarriors, but that was already there. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Will we look at new books?
Did you see the Predator preview come out this week?
I thought when I saw that online, I thought it was just like a joke or something. But
He's ugly looking, ain't he?
Like,
it's the worst looking Predator I've seen so far.
It's the what?
Worst looking Predator I've seen so far.
It looked very plastic.
He had cornrows, and it's like, what is this? It didn't look nothing like a real Predator.
I haven't actually watched. I've seen like a screenshot or two, but I haven't actually watched the trailer yet.
I love the last one that came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Prey was good. Like, I really liked it.
It's better than a lot of movies I see at the theater.
When they showed this trailer and they were like, from the creators of Prey, I was like, all right. But it kind of went, I don't know. It looked a little cartoony. So I don't know if those effects aren't finished or if they're just like.
Yeah, I hope they're not.
So, yeah, it looks like a man's hair. Wait, Arnold's back?
Arnold's back? What the hell?
Really?
Maybe it was a throwback.
I don't know. I only watched it once.
Maybe it was him and Carl Weathers and
also
son of a
bitch.
Eric, did you read Predator versus Spider-Man?
I did. Now I was rather impressed with it. I was worried. I think I was really on the fence about getting this after the last one. But just because Benjamin Percy was writing it, I'm like, okay, I got to give it one book at least. And it was enough to pique my interest for more.
It's the most gruesome Spider-Man book of all time.
That one page. Do you remember the one page where they're, I think it's where they're in the subway and you see the face, but then they reveal it's him pulling the face. I was like, dang.
Well, I mean, he strung up all those people and skinned them too. And they were crackheads and they had like the spoons and syringes laying all around them. And I'm thinking, you really don't think about Peter Parker in New York like that.
No.
But it's still New York. Anytime you see Peter Parker swinging through those buildings, just imagine that it smells like pee, and then it's like you're really there. Anybody that's in New York, love you, but your city does smell like pee. Like it's a great place. It smells like
I lived there for a year, and it smells like pee and egg rolls. No matter where I go, like that's what I smell.
Rolls.
It does.
That sounds like my life from the ages of 2 to 4.
That's what I always love about Gotham. I mean, it's always raining. It just looks miserable. It's got that feel to it, that 7 feel,
Right. Yeah. It's like I try to imagine the people in Gotham just being like, oh God, this damn city. But the property values, I can't move.
I was about to say rent has to be
Metropolis.
in the double digits, and they had to have gotten rid of like income tax or something for people to still live there.
It has just the bet like it's so cheap to live there. The cost of living. It's like
You can't even go to a professional football game without Bane blowing up the football field. You know?
Yeah. That has to be a thing where like the lights have gone out like in theaters, like when they're not supposed to go, or like the lights have gone off at like racetracks and stuff like that. Anytime power flickers in Gotham, people have to be like, damn it, the Joker's up to his bullshit again. They're gonna be like hyenas and clown masks running around for like a month or two. I'm gonna have to cancel my son's bar mitzvah.
Riddler, shoot, the guy that blew up the dam.
The
Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler. He did his crap. I mean, you got that. You got the football field's blowing up. There's always just that whole town's in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
But you
can't have nothing.
You
nice.
Can't get a cheaper apartment.
Yeah.
You know what this kind of square footage would cost in Central City? Did you read Out of Alcatraz 2 yet, Dope?
It's on the bottom of my stack. I say the best stuff for last.
I won't say a thing. I grabbed it. It's one that I thought I was going to say for last too, but I was just itching. The stack was too big and I really wanted to know. But yeah, last week, Eric, and I feel so bad you didn't get your books. You're going to hopefully feel this pain tomorrow. Like I'm not done reading everything I bought last week.
And then, see that buried long ago is on my list. Like I said, all the DC stuff, because I was debating. I probably was going to pull the trigger date and get that big ass Batman book again, because I'm thinking long term. I want all six. It's 6 parts. 6 parts in this big massive book. It'll be my whole wall.
You're just trying to justify buying oversized Life magazine bags. Like it comes in a 50 pack. I may as well do it. My shop. So when I went. The first one, they only had one left. They had like one foil and one regular. This time they had quite a few of both, which tells me that maybe interest in that has dropped off. Or I don't know. I got home and like mine is just sitting on top of my short boxes because I don't know where to put it. It doesn't fit on the shelf like the treasuries do.
Yeah, I got a bag that's actually used for prints that is the same size of it. So I'm just going to get some chipboard probably, and if I can't find one the size, I'll just cut it down, and so it has a backing board of some kind.
Dope. Robbie wants to know what's the middle bust on the bottom row of your shelf there.
We got a Frankenstein mask back there.
Oh, okay. It was covered up by a bobblehead.
Yeah, we're running out of room in Dopetopia.
Yeah, with the bobblehead there, I thought it was like maybe Frankenstein wearing like a Bane mask or something.
It almost looks like a hockey mask to me.
Yeah,
like it had a weird look to it.
Oh, who's the dude from TMNT? Is it Casey?
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Yeah.
I have that back there. I bought that for Halloween this year. My family did a themed picture or a themed costume. And that was my excuse for buying a $50 replica mask.
Of course. you have to. It's for the costume.
It was for my son. He wanted to do it so bad.
That's why I got stuff like this too.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Well, you guys want to check out what's coming out tomorrow?
Yeah. Let's see the pain.
I'm happy because it's not bad for me tomorrow.
I've gotten better on variant covers, though. I'll admit that. I'm still, if it's a Wolverine variant cover, I'm still, because that's my guy.
Well,
the rest of them,
you got a shot tomorrow then, because there's one Wolverine book that even I may jump on. I'm going to get nothing in the top row. I do see the Badgers up to number 4.
That's good. That's good for big nasty like that.
I was going to say Rich will like that. Rich is a Badger fan. I've got the number 1 that Dope gave me. Still haven't read it yet, but I'm going to.
Now I'm still getting World's Finest.
Okay, I was going to say I dropped World's Finest for Justice League, which I've also now dropped.
I just like how it's kind of, you don't have to commit too much. It's outside of continuity, and it's a fun read. I
did like it. It's just I'm
and they're bringing back the Legion of Doom. That's my childhood right there.
Yeah.
Nate Himbo is calling you out for your son's poverty spec turtle mask.
He has glasses. It was easier that way.
Yeah,
I thought this one sounded kind of cool. I don't think I'm gonna jump on it, but it's a new #1 from Keen Spot. That's the company that puts out Mark Spears Monsters, I think.
Cover looks cool.
Well, a lot of the covers look cool. We'll look in a minute. It's vampires in Harlem, and a crew, like a gang in Harlem gets turned into vampires, and they're fighting other vampires. So it's like urban.
A movie on Cinemax like that.
So this is the A cover, but like the B covers are really cool.
Ooh,
like,
that's cool.
I like this. I like the skeleton overlay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like cool. A lot of those.
Yeah. I mean, I like all of these better than the A.
Screenshot all these right here. Send them to your printer.
Mint an NFT and make $1 billion.
Yeah. They're cool covers, but I'm trying to. Every time I look at something, I'm like, "Ooh, a cool #1." I hear Dope say, "Trim the fat."
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to jump on a bunch of new stuff.
You getting that Sonic there?
No, I'm not, but I'm going to show it
because I know some people are and they're enjoying it.
I know K Munin has been reading this. And I think he's been enjoying it. And I say good for him. It is not my thing.
This looks like what they're doing with the Disney covers and Marvel.
Yeah, kind of. Like I don't hate it or anything. It's not for me. But if I was a Flash fan, like DC fan who also liked Sonic, I mean, I'd be so happy right now.
It looks like something that like a little kid would make, where he's like, I like Sonic and I like the Flash, so I'm just gonna shove them together. And like I don't know, I like that.
And then K Munin yelled out about Chainsaw Man, which I've watched. I've read a couple of the mangas actually from the library, and I watched some of the anime. It's weird. And I think the second printing K Munin is tomorrow as well. Nothing. There's Carnage, Doom Academy. Is that you, Eric?
They're getting that one.
Doom's Division.
No, I'm just getting the Doom's Academy and the main title, and that's pretty much it. The only reason I'm getting Doom's Academy is because I totally missed out on Strange Academy, and it's basically the same characters, just in a different, it's Harry Potter in the Marvel Universe is what it is, basically.
Okay. I mean, I am aware of Strange Academy, but I don't know what it is. I did not read it. I'm just not.
It's Harry Potter in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. So if anybody wants to see Fanger,
I heard that somewhere.
You go ahead and click on that on your own, because man, even the censored covers were a little much for me. I'm not clicking on that.
They made you blush, huh? Ooh, Feral. I'm super excited where they're going with that now.
Okay.
So
man, that's 12 issues already.
Yeah, it wasn't going to go this long. So they came up with a new story arc. So they're continuing, and they're doing my favorite, Let's Go to the Mall.
Oh yeah, they've had some great covers. Honestly, some really good homages to different horror movies. All right, next is like all the free comic book stuff, all the free comic book day books. So there's a Spider-Man, an Archie. I don't know what Bad Kitty is.
That 2000 AD.
2000 AD. So that's the Judge Dredd.
It says.
I will be getting that.
Here, let's do this.
I will 100% be getting the 2000 AD one. 2000
AD is a definite pull for me. I'm going to get that as one of my 3 if I'm limited to 3. Conan is a maybe. The Archie comics is a maybe.
Ooh, the Black Mirror and the Boom Studios. I didn't see that Black Mirror had one about San Junipero. That was one of my favorite stories in that show. That is a pull for me. And the Boom Studios 20th anniversary, because I really like books like that. So those,
I was going to say, Boom Studios I saw has Something is Killing the Children, which I know is your jam. It has a exclusive Hello Darkness, which is my jam.
Mm-hmm.
So that one kind of jumped out at me too. The Superman one, just because I'm a big Superman nerd. I don't know what the Mighty Nine is. Oh, that's from
D&D.
Black Hammer. It says it's critical. Yeah, Critical Role.
Critical Role.
And then the other half is Black Hammer. Def Leppard's Hysteria. I mean, that's a free comic book day. That's awesome.
We bringing back the Rock comics again?
I think so. I picked up a Run DMC book. I saw a Iron Maiden, maybe.
I just got the White Snake one. That's all I needed.
That's all anyone really needs.
That's right.
I mean, if you're going to go on your own. Apparently, there's another EC, this blood type. And it looks like they're doing something with that's their three, like the Crypt Keeper, the Vault Keeper. That's their three hosts.
Okay.
Yeah. Epitap's done, supposedly after 12 issues.
Yep.
So
both of the Cruels are done, Cruel Kingdom and Cruel Fantasy, whatever those were.
I think they're kind of cutting ties now with EC and a lot of with the old, vibe of EC anyway.
Yeah. I like Gargoyles, but I'm not going to grab that as one of mine. Or Godzilla. I like Godzilla. Wait a minute. Hulk Teach. Crap. Look at that.
Click it.
What
are we doing here? Just click it.
Look, he's teaching.
Oh, that's adorable.
And I'm a teacher. I almost have to get that one.
That is Joey and the Magic T-shirt levels of artwork, though.
And if you probably can't see it,
best-selling author Jeffrey Brown did that.
Oh, okay. He did Kids Are Weird, which is a book I have, and Good Night Darth Vader. He did a whole bunch of Star Wars cartoons.
I'm sorry, Good Night Darth Vader?
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. I don't know what the hell that is.
That's one I used to read my son. It's Darth Vader tucking in Luke and Leia, which I know it's not canon, but it's cute.
That's where you start every bedtime story with actually.
Okay, I do want you to know how this ends before I read it. I want to traumatize you. What I love about this, Hulk is busting through the wall, and if you can't see it, he has a C+ on his paper. Which, come on, that's pretty good for him, right?
That's on the good end of the bell curve. So
right.
No shame there.
Yeah. Here we go. Got lost. Marvel Voices has a free comic book day. Kanga U. Kanga, if you don't know, is Wonder Woman's super pet.
Oh yeah, I see her. She's right there.
So this is Kanga in the middle. Apparently there's other super powered kangaroos. I wasn't aware of that. So yeah. I don't know.
X-Men of kangaroos.
Kangaroo toy. I think Mark Spears Monsters, people will go nuts for this one.
Yeah, that's going to be gone by the time I get there.
You know a trend I'm starting to see? We just saw Sonic. And if you back out one, it looks like, one more. Looks like now there's a Mega Man, a Minecraft.
Minecraft's that big movie that's
There's
out.
all kinds of video games now.
Oh, they got VR Troopers. Remember that?
Hell yeah, I do. Well, before we go to that row, though, okay, so yeah, Mega Man, Minecraft, those are kid ones. My kid might go for those if I take him. This one caught my eye because this is Post Malone's Big Rig.
Oh my gosh. That kind of looks cool.
What is this? Why is Post Malone writing a Big Rig comic?
It's supposed to be like Ghost Rider and a 18-wheeler.
I think I might need this.
I think I do. I wrote it down.
I know all the free comic book day stuff that's like red like that is for the adults.
Okay.
So this one's totally geared towards us.
Ronda Rousey has a free book too that she wrote.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
What's that one? Do you know?
Oh, it is a boom book. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
I don't see it yet. It might not be a free day book, but it's a number one out this month.
Oh, okay.
There's Phantom too.
Yep, I was gonna look at Phantom. So VR Troopers. I was definitely too old to be watching this crap because this stuff came out when I was in high school. But I just loved I loved the real Japanese footage. You know, it wasn't the American side of it at all. Like I loved the creatures and the suits and the acrobatics. I thought it was just like, so cool to see. But man, total Power Rangers ripoff. Speed Race. I love Speed Racer.
Yeah. That's a different look for him too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would grab this, but if you've never seen the Speed Racer movie that the Wachowski brothers made,
oh yeah,
I loved it.
Used to watch it a lot.
I still love it. The Phantom. I'm kind of interested in this.
Oh wow,
I think this looks cool.
It looks just like Billy Zane.
Exactly. Remember when he was in that movie called The Phantom? I think that's where they got the idea. Powerpuff Girls, Tower Dungeon. I don't know what that is. Transformers Worst Bot Ever kind of looks like a kid's book to me.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. I might end up picking that up just because it's silly and goofy.
First appearance of Ballpoint. When Ballpoint takes off, don't kick yourself like you did with the first appearance of Jeff the Land Shark. This is it. Ballpoint.
So, okay, very brief aside about that.
Ballpoint begins.
I looked up freaking Jeff the Land Shark on my comic shop this week, and I sent it to you guys. The lowest priced book was $199. It was $500 for a 9.8. I made an Instagram post about it where I quoted the Unabomber, and I don't regret a damn thing. Like, this is where society's at. I'm so upset. I want that thing so much. But it is not worth $200. It's just not.
I think that's it. Was that it?
Well, this is the last. This is my no compromise must get, and it's Will Eisner, a comics biography. So I'm gonna assume that somebody's putting out a biography of his life. I love Will Eisner's work. I love his original stories. I love the spirit stories of his.
This reminds me of the Jack Kirby one they did a couple of years ago,
and that one is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
If you've not read that Jack Kirby, it was really good. This came out a few months ago, maybe. This is by the guy who did Beneath the Trees.
I missed that one.
Second printing coming out tomorrow.
I don't care about printing, so
it's a one shot. It's a one and done. Great story. I really liked it. I don't even know if I've seen. Yeah, okay.
Wacky Racer.
I was gonna say, Eric, this has got to be you.
Oh my gosh! Look at Penelope Pit Stop.
Great cover. That's a great cover. Dope sent us this one. Like, he sent us this one in the chat, and it was like, I can hear that damn dog laughing right now.
Yep. Oh,
got 12 variants. Look at that.
That's cool. I see Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman.
If there were a reason for me to be on an FBI watch list, that would be it. I'm fine with that. That's like a nerd badge of honor to get the government involved with how much you're
really
pissed off about comic prices. My God.
I hope my store gets that. Ooh.
Looks like just variants. You like the sketch? I mean, I kind of like the cart. I kind of like that one the most, almost, just because
it's classic.
It's so much like the cartoon.
You like the checker top.
Yeah, it's got go-go checks.
Yeah.
I thought that would be on your list. And then here's Hellhunter's dope.
That's on my list. That and that Red Hulk.
That's cool.
That's the last issue of that.
It's only 5?
Yeah. Started strong.
Kind of tapered a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm not really too excited about it.
Man, okay, Godzilla versus everybody. It's so stupid. I'll just click real quick. Not great covers, in my opinion.
I'm still trying to get through Godzilla Heist.
I don't know if I'm going to get number 3. Number 2 fell flat. Number one set up the fun, and number two did not it didn't hit the ball. Like it, in T-ball, it hit the stick and the ball fell off. They were like, dang it. This one is a cool cover.
Because that's a throwback.
That one's neat.
King of the Monsters throwback. I thought this was cool.
Yeah, the other ones are really weak. Really weak.
Yeah. The Hulk ones were like, okay. That one, not so much. All right. I think this is almost over. I've really liked this. It's sci-fi. Sci-fi 50s invasion of the body snatchers, body horror. I've really liked it. And most of what I have read from McCoy Comics has been fun to read. Or interesting to read, or really freaking funny to read. So they've kind of been putting out books I've really enjoyed. And did we pass the Hulk, or is it coming up? It's Red Hulk, so it's coming up.
Christopher, it's Marvel Rivals. That's the answer for that. Yeah, it's Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
And there's another video game book, that Lost Fantasy. That's a Final Fantasy book down in the corner there.
Oh, here?
Yeah. I might get it.
Cool cover.
Very cool. Just trying to see who's on it. I don't recognize.
That's Cloud, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. That's a cool cover.
Man.
Come on. That's a PlayStation 1 case.
Yeah, I might have to get that. That's really cool. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Looks like Jay Lee.
This is from Image. I didn't hear anything about this.
Yeah, the synopsis sounds good. So
you would think with it being a Final Fantasy VII character, they'd be pushing that all over.
Well, I might be getting that Fun Comics reprint.
Fun Comics. Oh.
The first Dr. Fate.
Yeah, first Dr. Fate. I'd like the reprints because it's a good, cheap way to get these and read them and enjoy them.
Well, and what I like about these facsimiles too is you get all, these things had 64 pages.
Yeah.
And they had 8 stories each, so they give you everything.
They give
everything that was there.
The original ads. Some of them are even printed on that old, newsprint paper. So it's real good throwback.
I wish that they were the same size.
Some are.
Some
them they have. I wish they did them all like that.
The early detective ones, they did original size, and it was oversized. It was pretty cool. Eric, I wanted to ask, do you know what this is? The Great Garloo? I feel like I remember this.
No.
Was it a toy or something?
It kind of looks like an old Stretch Armstrong guy.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if that's what his name was, but
it's with the biker. It's all of them.
It's Biker Mice from Mars. What is that? The
Sectars.
Oh my God.
What's Power Lords?
Yep.
What are the cow people? I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember the other ones.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a Silverhawks cover coming up too that it doesn't impress me.
I'm liking that one more than the Thundercats though. The way that they're doing the story pacing is so much better.
Well, I accidentally bought the Power Lords #1 because I thought I was grabbing a different book, and I went ahead and read it, and it was actually pretty fun. But I'm not going to pick it up. Is this the one we were looking at? And it had maybe not.
That's
a cool cover on one. Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, I think those are second prints and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, second prints.
Nothing else for me.
There's your Red Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Question all along the Watchtower. It's the 6th issue. It's final. It's over. It's been okay.
I was about to ask if that's been worth it to try and find in back issue.
Oh, that was weird.
It's zoomed in on you.
My gosh,
look at that.
Ooh.
That's just a very
there.
Yeah, their sizing's bad.
Wow, that's weird.
It's huge. Dope's get it. So I think right now I've only got 2, maybe 3 that I'm getting tomorrow. Is anyone getting
that Savage Sword?
I was gonna say, or Conan.
Hopefully my store has bags and boards that size. They've been out for a while.
So is this magazine size? Is
Yeah,
it
it's magazine size,
Savage
and
Short.
it's just like the old black and white. Stories are pretty good.
Are they continual, or is it one and
Some
done?
of them are. There's some that kind of have an arc in a couple issues. Like it was a couple issues ago, they did a 3-issue. Was it 3 issues of King Conan, which was interesting.
Because that's honestly not. It's $6.99, which for if it's a magazine size with all that, with all the bulk of those stories, that's not too bad.
Who's that Captain America ripoff?
Yeah, this is a Mark Spears.
I won't be getting that one.
It's just another one of his variants.
Yeah, I just want a basic cover, preferably of the team.
So yeah, this is G-Man Comics. They've had a couple of books on here. So this is Sergeant Flag.
Holy cow.
Oh my God, it says After Liefeld.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, okay, I see that.
So the guy modeled this after, and this is number 5.
Does he have a mullet? That looks like a mullet.
Yeah, he might. It's a mullet in spirit, if not in style.
He may be a true hero if he has a mullet. And then there was this one, which I thought had a clever title, at least. It's called Simon and Kirby, the Agent.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're just kind of doing this golden age America-based hero thing over, like every book that they have has some kind of stars and stripes thing to it. Something is killing the children. Snot Girl. I have no idea what the hell that is. I see it on the shelf every week. Stray Dogs. A lot of Star Wars. Oh, here's another G-Man. Good Lord. What is this stuff? Tyrannus, the Thunderlord, the Fury, and the Thunder. And look at everybody behind him. Like stars and stripes.
This reminds me of Malibu a little bit.
I think this is a money laundering operation. Like, are people buying these?
There was a very old video game for PC called Freedom Force, and it was like Golden Age heroes, and they looked very much like this. God, I don't know. That's weird.
Weapon X-Men. I'll be getting that one.
Weapon X-Men, okay. Ultimate Spider-Man, are you still getting that?
That's the best one out of that whole universe.
Okay.
Which is weird because I'm not a Spider-Man guy, but I'm loving the writing. It's Hickman still. The way he writes is just it works. Yeah, they're
cool.
Introducing him.
Black suit.
Yeah, I just like that, and I haven't read. I've read the first couple issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, but I just like that they let the poor dude grow up.
Yeah,
that's just nice to see.
Weapon X-Men. That's a cool cover. I kind of like that one. This looked, again, like I hear Dope saying trim the fat, don't grab something else, but there's 2 image books that they're doing a second printing of the number 1. So we're taking everyone down with us. It says the story of a 13-year-old girl, her dad's dead robot bodyguard is following her around. Her father was a mad scientist, so with this robot she's deciding that she's going to take over the world. So at 13 she's going to be a supervillain. And there were some cool covers.
That's pretty accurate to the 13-year-olds that I know and have taught.
Right? Yeah. So I kind of like I like the idea. This cover's cool.
That is sick.
That is cool.
And I like that, like, elevator.
That is cool
too.
That's neat. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I read this sentence. What's that?
Who's putting it out?
This is from Image, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, Image. So they did this one, and then of course I lost my place because I clicked on a button. Because
I looked at that at the store, and I seriously debated about it. I'm like, no, I gotta pick and choose.
I didn't see that one, but I did see this one. called You'll Do Bad Things. So the
That
issue
too,
2
yeah.
comes out, and then this is the issue 1, and this is about a guy who wrote a book that was true crime, and then he's got bad things happening in his life that are now true crime. It's just that kind of noir look that I'm into books like this. This looks like, come on, that looks like a VHS cover.
That's an 80s movie right there.
Right? Like I would have wanted to rent that. So this one kind of piques my interest too. Look at that.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's yeah.
So
these are all disturbing.
Yeah.
If you thought the GIMP could get any disturbing more.
And then this is issue 2 that comes out tomorrow, but they're doing a reprint of issue 1. And then this is the Wolverine that I figured you would have to get.
Don't get me started on this book, please. I'll get on my soapbox. You don't want me on that soapbox.
Old man rant.
Oh, yes, I do. This cover doesn't do much for me, but this one sure does.
That's a cool cover.
Get him, Eric. Get him.
So what's wrong with this?
Why do we?
I don't know.
This? Why do we need to revisit this excellent story from the early 80s and not add any more to it? I mean, I fell for this with Manipur Nights and the Storm miniseries, and all these revisits are pointless. You can just go read the original story. These don't add anything.
I will slightly disagree.
But that's an original story. They're not revisiting anything.
Oh, wait, is that just a reprint?
No, it's not a reprint. They're going back in time and saying, well, this happened in between issue 2 and 3, or whatever. That's what they're doing.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're making a story that was great and bloating it.
Ronda Rousey book is called Expecting the Unexpected.
Oh my God. Is it about a pregnant bounty hunter or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
pregnant mom or something. You ready for my old man rant?
I am. Real quick, JSS, that Wolverine cover is a 1 in 25, but it's also just a basic variant if you don't want the virgin.
I think he was talking about the oh God, we're taking everyone down with us. The one of like them in the forest. I think that's the one he was talking about because that popped up a while ago.
Oh, dang it. Because that's the one I like the most.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's your old man rant?
Y'all might not agree with me, or you might agree with me. I don't know. But it seems like everybody's doing Kickstarters now. And if you're a millionaire, Ronda Rousey, why are you begging people for $20,000 to start your book?
Yep. Because there's no risk to them. If they flop.
And she's already up to 80,000.
I'll tell you why. Because I kickstart board games, and I've fallen for this.
You're not a millionaire, though, right?
It's risk-free for them. If it fails, if it totally screws up some way, they're scot-free from, giving you anything.
And I think it also takes away from like the true, like real artist that really is broke.
That does need
you want to help. You got these millionaires out here wanting $20,000 from you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I got
that plenty of times with board games.
I got to give him credit. Post Malone ain't asking me for no money, and he's writing a big rig book.
Yeah, he's giving it to you for free.
You just convinced me. I'm getting Post Malone's big rigs. Yeah, I don't think she should be asking for money. I mean, I don't know what the investment is to pump out comic books, but I can't think like there are ways that shops pre-order. Like, not that there's not risk, but for somebody who has the capital to do it, you can put your book in the previews and get orders and put it out that way. And if it's a low print run and people want more of it, then you do a second printing, like there's ways to mitigate your risk.
And now that, she wanted 20,000, it's up to 87,000. Where's that other 67,000 go?
That's a good question.
The boilerplate answer is it goes into improving the quality of the thing. And the real answer is it goes to improving the quality of my home.
You're going to get UV resistant paper.
Yeah. Then she'll be back for part 2 with another Kickstarter. After I just gave her 87,000.
Is that okay? Hey, Martin, I didn't see you sneak in. Is that Transformers Kickstarter? Is that the one that's like the G.I. Joe? It's the whole run. Those are so cool, but God, those are so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
It almost seems to me like it would be cheaper to go find the floppies.
And you probably could find them for like next at what, a quarter of that price.
Right. Because it's like $500 for all those books. And that's, I mean, again, what's the added value?
That damn book better be transforming into a robot to read me the damn story.
Well, the thing is, I know that we are all thinking about like, or we all have more than $500 books like behind us. The thought of doing that over a couple years versus like just dropping $500 on one thing, like, that's a
big Band-Aid to rip off all at once.
I shrink at that, yeah.
Well, and it, like, if I do something like that, then I'm not going to go dollar bin digging. I'm not gonna get my Steve Niles Bigfoot with the titties that I was promised by Dope.
Yeah, your son isn't gonna get a real Ninja Turtles mask this year. He's gonna have to keep with the painted one.
It's gonna be another sad Halloween. I know you grew 6 inches. Just squeeze into the costume. It's just 45 minutes. Daddy had to get his G.I. Joe compendium because I thought that G.I. Joe compendium was really cool too until I saw the price. There was a Kickstarter for a bunch of Golden Age horror books that looked amazing, but oh my God, it just went. I think that one went over $1,000 if you wanted to get all of those.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Oh wait, breaking news. Doug says it comes with stickers.
Oh, well then 500's a bargain.
I will go get my checkbook.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I can get stickers at the Dollar Tree. Okay. I might do that instead, but it is $1.25 now. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah. And JX, I was I was really intrigued by that Golden Age because a couple of the tiers didn't look too bad, but you weren't getting all the books. So by the time you were going to get a decent copy of all the books, because all the tiers are so jacked up. That's the other thing I hate about Kickstarter. It's like there's this, there's that.
You need to spend more time on their levels so it makes sense.
Yeah. By the time I got to one that was going to give me, okay, I get one copy of all the books, which is all I wanted. It was astronomical. And it just shouldn't be. I get that they're Golden Age books. I get that that's going to be a small print run, but it shouldn't be more than $10 per book, no matter what.
There you go. Right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's the one.
You got it. I mean, I think it will.
What happens if the goal was like $30,000 and you pay money and they only get $12,000?
If they don't hit their goal, the money is never actually taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they hit their goal, like when you pledge, you're promising that if they hit the goal, you're willing to give that money.
I thought you gave the money up front.
I think it's like held until the Kickstarter like time period is over. I've only ever tried to do it a couple of times, and I've never pulled the trigger. And the only time I was going to pull the trigger was for Alan the Comic Collector Geeks Kickstarter. And it would not let me give them money. I could not figure it. I could not figure it out. Like, I mean, I had my credit card and everything, and it was the last day of the Kickstarter. I couldn't get it to work. It was really, I found the platform to be confusing, going through all the tiers and trying to figure out how it worked. So,
bye, Rich.
See you, Rich. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. But yeah, tomorrow I think I'm getting 2, maybe 3 books. You know, I'm going to try not to grab any more. You have to get more because your last week was insane.
Hey, I'm guaranteed to be screwed. My wallet is already fearing tomorrow.
Yeah, send us a picture of the damage.
Because like last week, you know, I was like, okay, half of it's not here. I'll just pick up the Marvel. But then it's like, okay, I'm only getting like less than 10 books. So what happens? I go start looking at variants. I start digging. So I end up still spending the same amount. Yeah, I got some cool old books, but holy cow.
Watch them not have them this time.
My goal is to grab the couple that I want and get the hell out of there tomorrow before
I got to go in there and look at last week and this week and figure out, okay, which ones. And because sometimes they don't pull everything that I want, because either they run out, I'm kind of low on the list or something.
I didn't see it on the list. Yeah, Grommet 7 that was one of my favorite things, but I've seen it solicited forever. It's not on the list, but if it's out, Chris, I'm happy. Because that was an 80s movie. Next week. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's one I've been waiting on.
Tell you a cool story. In my LCS, they we got our pull boxes behind the counter, and I see this one box, and it's like full to the brim.
Oh,
I mean, it's probably got, I don't know, 150, 200 books in it, just piled up. And I never asked about it, but it just kept being piled up. And I went in there one week and all the books were gone. And my LCS is right close to an army base. And they told me that the guy was gone overseas for a year.
Oh,
and he kept calling, from the desert or whatever. Hey, I need that Ninja Turtles 4 or whatever.
That's awesome.
Well, when he got back, he went to get all of his books, and he found out that somebody had bought them all for him. So they're all paid off.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
150 modern books. That's a fair amount of money. That's like what, $900 if they're $6?
Yeah. I was gonna say that's like $500 to $800 depending on the cost.
But he's over there. You're in the Middle East, and you don't have any rent. You have to pay for your food. He's probably wishing he had them with him.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully he had a lot of Spawn in there, because those were $2.99 for the longest time.
He didn't have none of the big ass books Eric wants in there. I know that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Too many of them, like I'll see and just be like, oh, I check that out, and then I see that $5.99. I'm like, no, I'm not. That's like almost half a Netflix subscription for a month, right?
Mainly why I've been cutting back. I want to read more of the stories, and it's like I can't do that if I'm getting too many of the variant covers. And then even now, it's like I'm reading some of the stories, and they say the same thing for 6 issues, and I'm like, this is not going anywhere. So, yeah.
I hate it when they up the price for like a Hulk 750. Like, who the hell cares about 750?
Yeah,
it's an anniversary number. I'm like, 750 is not.
Well,
nobody's ever said, hey, I really want that 750th edition. That's going to be worth something.
And when they pump that out, it's like, it's just a regular issue. And then in the back, they're like, and we reprinted the Hulk 7th adventure. It's like, yeah, I've got that. I've got that 10 other ways. I don't.
They do that with Spider-Man a lot.
I kind of like the 1,000 of Detective Comics. 1,000 is a cool number, but 750 is not.
Yeah, no, if it's just going to be a normal story, like for the Batman 1000, you better show me like the brightened and uncensored Bat Dong from Batman Damned in the back of that thing. Like, make it special,
that's honestly on my list, is the uncensored Bat Dong. I don't know what that goes for, but I kind of feel like I need to own it.
First appearance of the Bat Dong.
First appearance of the Bat Dong. It's the first appearance.
Now is it a cameo or is it a full appearance? Does that matter? Like, if he, like, where in the erection he is, because like if he's fully flaccid, is that a cameo? Can you say that that's truly the Bat Dong?
He's Batman. He's never been fully flaccid.
just thinking like, yeah, I'm Batman. That's gotta give you like at least a quarter chub, like all the
time. Oh my gosh.
Sponsored by White Claw, everybody. White Claw. Get pinched.
White Claw. Wait. White Claw. That drywall looks like it needs a hole in it.
Well, boys, we will do this again next Tuesday. And I appreciate you guys being here. I need to get my kid to bed. It is a school night. So anybody got anything coming up they want to talk about before we call it an evening?
Better show up.
Oh no, Dope's got a couple claws in him.
Yeah. Justin Birch, you son
Where
of a
you at?
bitch.
He doesn't have power. I hope. That might be a lie. He may have watched some of our streams.
Yeah, he might have watched any of the last streams and been like, I gotta figure something out.
I'm
a
professional.
Hands before I talk to them for an hour and a half.
You're breaking out White Claw. I gotta pass.
They're gonna drink White Claw. Talk about Bigfoot titties. I can't do this. I got kids. I got a career to think about.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yep. Oh, yep. We both clicked it.
Exactly that, Christopher. Exactly that.
Well, then he doesn't know what he's missing. The great taste of White Claw. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. If you hung out in the... I'm sorry, I missed that. First appearance of Matt Chubb. Oh man,
that's what you lead off for when you want to trade at the con.
Yeah. Thank you to the chat for being here. Thank you guys for being here. I just love laughing and talking books with you guys. So we will see you next week on Tuesday, and we will see you Sunday on Hagen's channel for the Comic Book Hangover Show, 9:30 a.m. Wake up early. The guest is going to be Chonko from Chonko's Comics and Nerd Culture. So that's exciting. I need to make that thumbnail. So thanks for reminding me.
Everyone, go out and look for the first appearance of Bruce's Wayne. Bye, everyone.
Yep. Damned, Batman Damned, first printing.